Hi, everybody. This is Renee.
And this is Kim
from Round Trip.
So if you love travel as much as we love travel, you should listen to the Round Trip podcast on the Rogue Intel Podcast Network.
Or check us out on iTunes at Round Trip with Renee and Kim.
Help us 2017, your only hope. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Powerful Nerdcast. I am Corey. Christian is here, and we're also joined by our very awesome friend, Cody.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
There we go.
That is right. Guys, it is almost the end of 2016, a year that has really gotten under the skin of a lot of people. It hasn't been a very good year. There's been a lot of big celebrity deaths. There has been all of this war and famine all over the world. The Toblerone has changed size.
No!
I know, Toblerone.
Trump's America now.
But still, there is hope.
Sorry, I pulled back.
No, it's all right, man. There's hope though. 2017 is right around the corner. It's just about New Year's Eve. So we're just going to talk about some of the big events which went down this year. Some of our hopes, our dreams, some of our nightmares.
Would you say it's hope we could believe in?
Oh God! Don't bring that Star Wars Rogue One bullshit into here. That line sucked. I'm sorry. I like a good cheesy line in a movie every now and again, but that one, even in theaters, I was like, okay, I'm getting diabetes watching this shit. So, yeah, just didn't care for it.
So 2016 has become almost like a joke at this point. Everyone is just like, here are the 10 reasons why 2016 sucked. You know, here's all the celebrity deaths. And there were a lot of celebrity deaths. Do you think that just more people are like famous than it used to be, or do you feel like people just care about this more? Like maybe this many celebrities has died in the past, but for some reason now it's a bigger deal than it used to be because of like social media or something. I don't know. Like, why is this such a big topic going into 2017?
Because the celebrities that we know about and we grew up with are starting to croak.
Okay.
I mean, before it's like, hey, Frank Sinatra died, and nursing homes around the world were putting their flags at half mast, but the rest of the populace really didn't care.
Like that wasn't their generation
right?
anymore.
So now it's
and that's not to diminish old Blue Eyes or anything. I mean,
of course not.
Frank Sinatra's great, but you make a good point. It's just
he's no Severus Snape. Okay.
Right.
He's no Alan Rickman, who always sounds like this in every movie.
And he's no Goblin King.
No, he's not. Hell no. But yeah, Alan Rickman, he actually died this year, right?
Yeah, Alan Rickman.
Yeah, that one just sort of came out of nowhere. You know, like I said, everybody talks about Harry Potter. It's fucking Hans Gruber from Die Hard for me, man.
Really?
That is the Alan Rickman, ho. Like fucking, I love him in that movie. He's such a great villain. He always plays a good bad guy though. I mean, that's why he did Snape so well in the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, even though Snape's a little more layered of a character than Die Hard.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But also you have David Bowie passing on, which is a very iconic sort of like music. I don't know, like a musician that sort of like shaped music in a way and pushed the edges and sort of, even in his fashion. He borderline, he looks pretty gay back in the day.
Looks.
I don't mean to be so, you guys know what I mean.
Looks, he says.
How dare you?
I mean, I like David Bowie, but like he's not the type of artist that like I listen to that often. He's he's what I call a radio artist when you're just looking for something to find. It's like, that works. That's fine.
What was it like growing up in Soviet Russia?
Oh, God. I'd love to come up with a Yakov Smirnoff joke, but I just can't. But yeah, I mean, like, did you guys like David Bowie at all? Like, any songs or anything, or just kind of like me, just a radio guy?
I recognized his music, but I never sought it out. Mm-hmm.
I just more like, the same thing. I never was like, man, I'm really itching for some David Bowie. But if I wanted a good laugh, I'd pull up Dancing in the Streets and watch the music video. Because every time I kept halfway through thinking David Bowie and Mick Jagger were going to start sucking face and making out.
That is true. They are really gay in that video, man. Yeah. Like, you know what we're talking about, Christian, the Dancing in the Street video?
I don't know if I know what you're talking about.
Look it up real quick, because you can see, like, they really embrace each other in the video.
Oh, my God.
But, I mean, David Bowie was always, like, slightly androgynous. I mean, did anybody ever see the movie Labyrinth?
Yes.
Yeah, like with David Bowie and that,
Does the
wearing.
Pope wear a silly hat?
I don't think he was actually wearing a codpiece either, man. Like that was David Bowie at his freaking prime. In most 80s. It was so perfect.
David Bowie, your penis is very, very big.
Mastodonic penis.
You bring great honor to your family.
Okay.
Okay. What?
So this is David Bowie. This is Let's Dance. That's different. Go up to Dancing in the Street.
Okay. Dancing in the Street?
Yeah. Dancing in the Street. That shit right there. But yeah,
God.
I mean, look at the thumbnail.
That's intense.
They really are about to just go in on each other. That's crazy.
The thumbnail looks like the...
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It leaves you speechless when you see old school Mick Jagger, man.
This is weird.
The thumbnail looks like a parody to, like, the cover for one of the Twilight movies.
A little bit, yeah. And then there he is, the man himself.
David Bowie. Hell yeah. Fucking superhero jump right in the middle. Why not?
But that's all the video is. It's just them just sort of like walking around this like abandoned warehouse.
They got some lights in the background. They're kind of trying to do some design on this video. They like just walk down this street.
Yeah. I mean, this was at the advent of like music videos, though. I
don't think there's an excuse for this one, Corey.
No. Maybe I just.
This is powerful. Yeah.
Whoa, easy guys.
Getting close.
Don't make me get the hose. Jeez. I mean, damn. But yeah, that music video is just absolutely ridiculous.
Back off our tangent.
But we can agree, David Bowie, pretty freaking iconic.
Yeah. He did some awesome stuff and really helped shape like modern music in some ways. So it is sad to see him go.
Not like George Michael the other day as well, or George Michael's fucking Careless Whisper. The most famous super cheesy saxophone. Oh my god, they use that so much on memes too, man. Like every time there's like something sexy going on or something like scandalous, they always use that cheesy fucking saxophone music. and it's so ridiculous that it's played for a joke. That's why it's the last thing you hear when you see the Deadpool movie. Like it's perfect. But that was another unexpected death that literally happened like I think the day after Christmas. Same thing with friggin' Carrie Fisher, which the internet is still lifting their lightsabers in the sky for. Did you hear about the vigils
No.
that they've been having? We shouldn't be laughing at this. But, obviously Carrie Fisher was famous, but mostly for Star Wars. And a lot of fans around the world have been holding these vigils where usually, you hold a candle, something like that. Everybody in here just decided to
you hold the candle.
The lightsabers. And, they've been having lightsaber vigils all over the country.
The ritualistic banging of the plastic toys.
One of the things y'all leave out is, I know a lot of people that are really hurt by it based upon her advocacy for, mental health issues.
Yeah,
she was a huge advocate for that sort of deal and bringing awareness to it. And, that's one of their fighters, down the drain per se. Because of everything she would do for people. She,
I think, made a good point of doing more with her life than just being an actress. There's a lot to what she does outside of acting that I think is interesting. I had done a little bit of research just because of the amount of Carrie Fisher info slapping us in the face on the internet right now. So, yeah, it's sad to see her go, and also it just, to a lot of people, it means that she can't be involved in Star Wars anymore, and they're sad about that.
It is a shame on that. You feel selfish when you think that, too. You're like, I'm sad that Carrie Fisher is dead, but you're also worried about the character that she's playing, Princess Leia. What's going to happen to Leia in the future movies? And she did just finish filming Episode 8, so she will be in that film. We don't know for how long or what big a role she's going to have, but for Episode 9, I'm really curious to see what they're going to do. If they're just going to have to be like, let's just sort of sweep it under the rug, say she's somewhere else, or let's kill off the character off screen, which is really hard to do. But if Rogue One taught us anything, it's that we could very well have a CG Leia on our hands. And I think it might be too damn early to do something like that.
It's a little disrespectful, but if they really feel like they need to wrap it up, just get it in and out and get it over with. So we'll see what's up.
But yeah.
Yeah, Carrie Fisher, I honestly, when we started this podcast, I was like, I want to address it, but at the same time, I don't want to make the whole podcast about it.
No, we can't. We can't.
So I do feel bad that she's gone, but it's just one of the many fucking things that happened in 2016.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the new GoFundMe page?
For what?
Raising money to put protection on Betty White.
Oh shit.
Dude, when Betty White goes down, everyone's gonna.
Oh my
freak
god,
out.
that's gonna suck, man.
Yeah.
I heard there's a GoFundMe page to protect Betty White from 2016.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that, like on Imgur and stuff. The other day, me and Christian were working on a shoot, and in between at lunch, we were looking at Imgur a lot. And
We always
if something wasn't about Carrie Fisher, it was all about like protecting older celebrities from the wrath of 2016.
like Haida,
Fucking Stan Lee, who just had his birthday. I think he's 94 years old, which is fucking insane.
I'm still amazed that we saw him in person 2 years ago.
If only for a second.
It was enough.
Only for a second. It was like being dipped in warm chocolate. It was just awesome.
It was a coating to take on the rest of life.
So far, that GoFundMe account has raised $8,600 to help protect Betty White from 2016.
86? Well,
in 3 days,
in 3 days.
$8,600.
Oh, 8,600.
All
Yes,
of them
not
Golden
86,
Girls fans.
$8,675.
That's a solid chunk of change.
Let's donate now.
That at least get her a bodyguard for a month, you know?
I'm putting my money towards Nuke the Whales.
Fucking, what the whales do to you?
You gotta nuke something.
Yeah.
According to South Park, they bombed Hiroshima.
Oh, yeah. Whale and dolphin!
Fuck you, Will!
But what other, like, big deaths did we have in 20... Oh, God. You're actually trying to find that, aren't you?
No. I was playing whale noises.
The sounds of whales.
Is this even cool? I love the dolphin pictures.
Oh, man, I want that airbrush on the back of my van.
Yeah.
Okay, that didn't go anywhere.
You guys remember the podcast where they listened to fucking whale noises? Jeez. That episode.
Loved it. So there was also
Orcas aplenty.
David Bowie happened this year. I accidentally closed that list. Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
How dare you?
But obviously, let's address the elephant in the room. One of the biggest blows to 2016 for a lot of people has been the
Brexit.
election.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. The election.
Donald Trump himself, you know, the man isn't even in office yet, and every day it's just people are still having a damn pity party. There are college campuses that have counselors designed for this shit. What the heck? They bring in specialist dogs. The kind that are supposed to, you know, go to elderly people and sickly people to make them feel better.
Like they're like the super sweet labs that'll.
So
just
there's college
snuggle with you.
campuses where I can go and sit down and pet a puppy until I feel better.
Basically, yes.
You're in a safe space there.
Enroll now.
space.
Yeah.
Enroll now. Is that available to online students?
It might be. They'll give you a virtual dog. It'll be
Otherwise,
great.
I feel oppressed.
They'll give you that game for the DS where you get a virtual puppy.
We all get a puppy.
Everyone gets Nintendogs and Nintendo cats if you're a cat person.
Nintendo.
It's actually a thing.
It's not a joke.
There was a time when Nintendogs was a big deal.
Remember when Tamagotchis were big?
Yes.
That was like,
Tamagotchis.
I only had like 1 or 2 at a time, but I saw some people that had like 15 Tamagotchis on a keychain.
I had the Digimon ones, the first ones when they came out.
Where you'd link them together and make them battle.
Yeah, that was that was
Yes.
pre-Pokemon too.
That was pretty awesome.
You know,
I had the
think maybe by a
Tamagotchi.
year or
I had
so.
just the original one, the one that came out, I guess, originally. Before I think that the one I had came out before that, but I remember those ones that would link. What are those called? I want to see a picture of that.
I mean, it's just
Digimon.
all I remember were the original Digimon like Tamagotchi things. Mine was, I think there was a red one and then there was like a black or gray one, or maybe it was blue. I don't know. Maybe I'm confusing it with Pokemon.
Black and gray was the.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
How do you spell
Because I had the
How do you spell
black and gray one.
Tamagotchi?
I don't know. It's Google. It'll fix it.
TAMA.
No, it's a T-O.
Tamagotchi. Nah, I always thought it was with an A. Oh yeah, those are some old school ones right there. And you only had so many Digimon that you could actually get.
Yes.
That is hilarious.
And
What
it-
was
and
I
that?
had the brown one.
And it that's what I remember. That like they looked like a brick wall or like kind of like stone.
Yes.
But like that predated like Pokemon and stuff, and that was pretty insane. I mean, it wasn't very deep. It was just a weird little flickering monster on a screen, but it was a pretty cool thing at the time.
What's a Tamagotchi? Oh yeah, I remember these damn things. That's like the one I had.
Yes.
The little ducky.
With
Yeah.
a big butt.
And you had the poops, and you had to get rid of the poops.
There was poop all over my Tamagotchi.
Oh, I was on top of his poop. I never let more than 3 of them build up. I remember you could
They could get sick.
yeah, and die. This chick cosplayed as a Tamagotchi. That's pretty good.
Just, I don't know. The Tamagotchi seem like, they seem more geared towards females. I don't know. Maybe that was just me.
What are you trying to say?
What are you trying to say?
I identified as someone who
I
had
know it's
a
2016.
Tamagotchi.
I can identify as whatever gender I want to.
Yeah.
I'm a he's or a they's. Or,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
and then, so one of the big things I've been looking forward to recently is that Dragon Ball Super is now going to be dubbed on Toonami.
Yes, it's about to. It only took them, I think, maybe a year and a half, but we all thought it was going to be a lot sooner than that. So it's really good to know it's going to be coming here.
Well, of course they knew Dragon Ball Z was going to make the money, so they're like, we need to get this out immediately.
Yeah, Funimation is a lot bigger than they used to be. They don't have to rely on Dragon Ball as much anymore, but it was an inevitability. We had to get to it. And Cody, you've only really seen the first episode of the series, but they're about 72 episodes in now, so we've had a good couple of arcs. The first couple of arcs of the series are based on the movies that came out, like Battle of Gods, which is stretched out to like 20 or so episodes, so it's a little long-winded. But that's Dragon Ball. That's just tradition. And then the next one is the second movie, which is all the Frieza stuff. But everything after that is like all brand spanking new shit, like
Excellent.
tournaments with aliens from other parallel universes, and then we get another Future Trunks arc, which is pretty damn awesome. He gets to come back, and we get to go to his universe for once. And
I didn't like Future Trunks.
You didn't like Future Trunks?
I thought he was kind of a pansy.
What?
What?
I thought he was a crybaby. Thought he whined a lot.
He did.
Thought he whined a lot. Wow. He was strong. Yeah. His hair, glorious, but he whined a lot. He's kind of a mama's boy.
He was.
He's definitely a mama's boy. He loves Bulma a lot. I think he was more of a crybaby in the most recent arc in Dragon Ball Super, which I highly recommend checking out. It is still got some really great action. And the villain, while a little, I don't know, one-dimensional, he's still pretty cool. He holds up with a lot of the other villains from the series. But we got our very first big trailer for the English dub, and I wanted you guys to check it out just to get your thoughts, because it totally reminds me of just the old school Toonami days, which is great. So
let's
check it out.
Do it. Yeah, let's do that.
I'm proud to say world peace on Earth is now.
So, as you can see, they really actually do have the English guys back.
It's all episode 1 that I've seen.
One day, someone even stronger could
Still episode 1.
So I've got to keep training to keep you guys safe.
Episode 2.
Another planet has been decimated. Just what could be happening out there?
Beerus-sama.
Yes.
Bad. Horribly, horribly bad. Lord Beerus the Destroyer has awoken.
I see him clearly. The ultimate fighter. His power will keep me suitably entertained.
I like Beerus's voice actor.
I don't mind it, actually, in English.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball, I don't know. I think they have a pretty good dub.
it was like one of the original good dubs.
It's the only anime I prefer to watch dubbed.
It looks like they also did they touch up this animation?
They did. The version that they're going to be showing on Toonami is the DVD and Blu-ray releases for Japan. Especially for that episode that you just saw where Goku is Super Saiyan 3 going up against Trunks.
Yeah.
That episode is infamous in Dragon Ball Super for having really bad animation.
Super
to be honest,
bad.
They
What
did
was
the
it called?
episode, and it was Dragon Ball Super Episode 5. And the day after that episode aired, I think the internet kind of had a little mini heart attack over it, because everybody was just like, this sucks. Even when I reviewed it, I'm like, this episode looked like shit. They were just disproportionate faces. There are videos all about this shit, but when they released it to DVD and Blu-ray for the Japanese audiences, they touched it up and they made it look better, or at least easier to look at. And thank God they're going to be airing that version for the American release, and presumably when we get the DVDs and Blu-rays, we should have those as well, which is great because Episode 5 blew ass.
Yeah, it really did. Hopefully this video has some good. Yeah, that already
you can see
better.
the two different comparisons.
Oh, this is a. I can't.
I know this guy.
It's Forever World.
Yeah, it's Forever World.
And you can see the comparisons, the one, I think it's, the one on the left is the original, and just, ugh.
The face is actually built right.
Yeah,
you know?
but there are better screenshots. You could just Google image it if you need to see better comparisons, but they're almost night and day for some of them. But my biggest issue with it is just, and this is an issue that Dragon Ball Super, I think, has had. They're really good at showing, close-up shots of the characters.
Yeah.
But whenever they start to get a little away from them, they start to just not look right, at all.
Yeah, let's see here.
But it's a pretty that.
Oh, that.
That
is that
Goku,
real?
That is real. That is from the episode. It just, Super Saiyan 3 Goku does look a little, different. But I mean, yeah, look at some of those shots. Like, a lot of those are the far away shots, but they're not so far away that you can't make out how crappy they look. So it can kind of take
it
you out.
looks like an episode of Lizard Sphere X.
Yeah, exactly.
Lizard Sphere.
Lizard Sphere X. Okay.
That's some Newground shit right there.
That's some back in the day shit.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're obviously younger than like 27. Go look that up.
Speaking of like old school
Look at that
stuff
one.
like that, did you know they brought Homestar Runner back?
Did they?
I've
They
heard
did.
that they did or
That's
are going
awesome.
to.
They brought
or-
him back like I think a year and a half ago, and they just released another video, and it's just as stupid as before.
Oh, my
But it's
God.
funny though; it's still funny. But I mean, it is exactly like the old days.
The email. Wow, that is a terrible photo.
Yeah,
There's a whole bunch of good ones. Yeah.
but like look at what it looked like in '96. Look how fucking awesome that looks. Although then again, that episode is one of those special ones.
Yeah, that's an awesome
So
episode.
because there were some episodes of Dragon Ball Z that did
but
look
shouldn't
bad
have
too.
this should have been a special episode too.
It should have. Any time, I'm going to say this right now. Dragon Ball, whenever there's a fight, they need to make it look good. Because
Yeah.
that's like the cornerstone of Dragon Ball, or the fight scenes.
If it's the waiting for Namek to blow up arc,
Yeah.
yeah, you can dial it back a little bit because
But, I
it's
mean,
just
they're-
another minute going by in DBZ world.
Pretty much, yeah. That we always like to say that, like, whenever something's taken forever in, like, any other arc we're seeing, it's going on Planet Namek time. But, because it does. They're on that planet for a long fucking time.
Yes, they are.
But, I mean, yeah, that's the difference.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that drastic?
That is terrible.
And that's from the version before they changed it. But look at his arm, look at his legs.
Was it like let your kid draw it work day?
Yeah, apparently a lot of the animators who are working on the show are rookies. Like, they haven't really done anything big, and they're like, here's Dragon Ball. And they're like, oh, fuck, what? Like, they should have got their best damn people to work on this.
They should
Yeah.
get
It's
the
Dragon
original
Ball.
team.
They should have. A lot of these guys are getting old, though. Like, even the voice actors, like, a lot of them
That's
are up
not
there
an
in age.
idea 2016.
Oh, yeah, seriously. One day left. One day left.
We got this.
But I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the release of the Toonami version. Even if I'm not even going to watch a show, I'm just going to turn the TV on just so we get good ratings. Simple as that.
You do say that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, because the fact that Toonami's back is great because it gives more anime exposure to people, and they get the biggest shows without a doubt. So I mean,
That's what-
and they introduced me to the greatest anime series of all time, Space Dandy. So I'm totally cool with that.
That really the best.
I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's in my top 10 without a doubt.
Dude, Space Dandy? That like changed the way I watch anime. I don't know.
fucking love Space Dandy. Oh my god, it's so good.
Have you ever seen any of it?
Yes, I have seen some of it, and it was hilarious.
It's very
It
good.
makes it's to me it's the Aqua Teen Hunger Force of the.
That's a good
anime
way to put
world.
it.
That's why it premiered on fucking Adult Swim and
Yeah.
stuff first. It premiered 24 hours ahead of its Japanese version.
There's no rhyme or reason to the timeline. Things don't go together. Sometimes he dies and then he's back the next episode. They don't even refer back to the fact that he even died in the first place.
They're like,
They
nah.
just keep on going.
Saturday morning cartoon
But
style.
if you watch the last episode, they make sense of everything, which is what's crazy. Yes. It's
Was
not
it-
really a very big twist.
Is it not? Was he dead the whole time?
no.
No, it's not even that. I don't even want to say. I just, if you haven't seen Space Dandy, go fucking watch it. It's great. It's, if anything, if you just like good animation, check it out, because almost every episode is done by a different animator.
What's
it
the,
always looks really cool.
What's the like thing they want in Space Dandy? And then there was a different kind of element they wanted in like fucking Avatar, like unobtainium. But there was an element they wanted in Space Dandy. What that
it's what Dandy was actually like composed of entirely. Shit, I feel,
Spoiler alert!
Yeah, I know. I feel bad for saying that, but are you trying to find like a certain scene?
No, I just want trying to remember what that element was called.
Oh fuck, I don't know why I don't remember. I've seen that show so many times.
Well, let's consult the Oracle.
The-
The Oracle. Oh, Google. Great Google. Space Dandy made up of.
Yes, nothing says cool podcast like the click
Yes.
on the keyboard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pionium. Pionium.
Pionium. Pure
I love
Pionium.
pie.
Yeah, Pionium Energy, which is just something they kind of made up for the series. But yeah, they bring that into the finale, and then they bring up some of the past events and stuff and try to make sense of it. But it still just sort of ends kind of like any other episode. But the final one is just freaking sane. Like, it's one of the greatest finales that I've ever seen to a series, just in terms of the animation and the scale and spectacle. I wouldn't say it reaches Gurren Lagann levels, but
It's pretty damn close.
Pretty fucking close.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Now
it
I'm more
just,
curious.
I mean, it gets
Gurren
crazy.
Lagann blew my mind.
Well,
Yeah.
if you want to see something epic, you just go watch any random episode of Space Dandy, get yourself back up to speed,
Right,
and then
right.
go watch the final episode. Like, go watch like your 3 favorite episodes first, and then go watch the finale, and it'll blow your mind.
My favorite one is still probably the zombie episode, though.
That one is pretty amazing.
It's just such a great spin on, like, the typical zombie story. It's just, it doesn't go in the direction you expect. And then when it, I don't even want to say anything. It's just so genius.
Yeah, that one's good.
And I also really like the episode where they get stuck in time, kind of like Groundhog Day on Meow's planet.
Yeah.
And he has to constantly spend time with his family that he fucking hates. And just, that one is really, really great.
That one's really good. There's just like the race one is one of my favorites.
Yeah, the race one is really good. Even just the episode about QT, the vacuum cleaner. There's a whole episode dedicated just to him. And it's really entertaining. And it starts out as kind of like this weird, sad story, and it somehow turns into a Godzilla movie by the end of it. It's insane.
Okay,
Like,
wow. That's a twist.
yeah. It's basically Cowboy Bebop on, like, acid. It's really the best way to
Yeah, so
describe
it's the same guy that made Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo, which both of those I freaking love.
it. They are great.
They're really good.
I mean, everybody brings up Cowboy Bebop, but it really does deserve a praise it gets. It's so damn good from beginning to end, and I mean, it's just so easy to rewatch over and over and over. And I haven't watched Shampoo that much. I watched it like once and then a couple episodes again, like sporadically, but I need to check that one out again.
I
It was
watched
damn
it
good.
all the way through, and it was a number of years ago during a power watching session, so it all gets fuzzy towards the end because it all blurs together. But I always enjoyed it. I mean, I'd watch it with the lady friend, and she was always like, this is kind of silly, this is stupid. Why is that guy beatboxing? I was like, I don't know. I don't know why he is beatboxing, but how they take the modern day like hip hop music, like beatboxing, whatever you want to call that, and throw it into the past is kind of funny. Like,
Yeah.
it's silly, but it works with the whole air of how that show is put together. And I just loved it. It was great. It was so very entertaining. It's not going to win any awards, and it's not going to change anybody's lives, but it is guaranteed to be entertaining.
Without a doubt. I really need to check that one out again. I mostly remember it from, I remember the action being really awesome, but I mostly remember all of, like, the funny stuff from the series.
I was thinking,
Like the baseball episode, or the ninjas, or there was like that Tengu village that was protecting their weed crop.
Yeah.
Like there were so many ridiculous episodes.
they all got super fried out.
Yeah, I remember that one.
The whole episode was a guy writing his memoirs about the only day in history that the gate was open and anyone could pass through, and that's what it was. They
Look at
burnt
this.
the weed fields, got caught on fire.
You're the faker, you faker. Oh, yeah, then who are you? I'm who you wish you were.
Wait a minute.
I'm me.
Is this the one you're looking for?
This is one of them.
You're not you.
So this is Space Dandy looking at himself, questioning who is the real Space Dandy, because they were chasing after a creature called the Chameleon.
The Chameleonian?
The Chameleonian.
And who are you? I'm me.
So this speaks to the spookiness or the sci-fi style of this show.
Master of disguise. It's so skilled, no one knows its true form. In the end, not even the Chameleonian itself.
I've been karate chopping through life like I'm dandy. But what if I'm really that chameleonian thing? And I forgot all about it because I'm doing such a badass job of pretending to be the actual me. And he is you. Unless you're him.
Drowning in the introspection he couldn't even spell, he grasped at answers. And then, as it all went black, he found one.
Who cares, baby?
That wasn't even like one of the crazy animated scenes.
No,
but just,
it just shows you the style and the deepness to
I
that
also
show.
really like I like the English version. Like
Oh,
I think
it's great.
I think it adds because it's a comedy, and I do think American cartoons do harken a little bit more towards being like funny a lot. So it kind of works with something like that.
And you can actually watch the whole Space Dandy show on YouTube if you pay money.
Yeah.
Like that's great.
But if you want to save money, just go to Amazon and buy the Blu-ray set. It's cheap as shit, and it's all the episodes, and they're great.
Is it?
I think it's all the episodes. I think they released one that comes with everything all together. I have 2 sets though, but they're worth every freaking penny. Just fucking awesome show. I love it.
So what you're saying is to save even more money, I'm going to steal yours.
Basically,
There we go.
Yeah.
Borrow.
Save that money.
But that is the dandy, man. But like, speaking of shows that are, they don't seem like they would work when you like think about their premise or something, or things don't like really mix. There's this show that my friend's been into a lot lately, Cody, that you haven't seen, that I just have to show you.
Yes, I was about to ask you to take us to that because I've been sitting here in
Patiently.
suspense.
It's called Keijo. This is not Keijo.
This is Keijo right here.
That's not Jojo.
No.
I've seen that episode.
That is
of
the
Space
episode.
Dandy.
I think the first one you saw, Cody,
Yes.
that you watched with me.
So amazing.
It makes no sense. Anyway, we're on to the next thing.
Keijo.
Okay, so the whole
I just want first. I have to give everybody kind of a visual, and the visual
Turn it
is
down a
gone.
little bit,
The
too.
visual is
I
gone.
also- I want
Christian
you-
clicked on the scene. The visual. Christian, go back.
I'm going back.
Haha. So here's the visual I have right now. So all they have told me was, this is the show that our buddy Ben really loves. And they click on it, and they pull up all these different... These are the thumbnails I'm seeing. It's Keijo! Epic fight scene, and it's a girl in a bikini top. Cool, whatever. Next one, she's blushing. Next one, crotch shot. It's just a crotch shot of some girl squatting. And it just gets more and more fan service the further down I go. And now I'm really interested in to hear
Christian,
what this is going to be.
Before you actually show them the fight scene, open up another tab in YouTube, and I just want you to type in the Keijo intro, because that alone kind of shows you everything that you need to know. There's a lot of crazy shots and a lot of action scenes that are in the show that you'll be able to see, so it's going to be like kind of a montage of some of the greatest moments from the series, and it'll kind of let you know like what the whole show is all about. So that should be it right up at the top.
This one?
Yes, or you could do the opening and ending too if you want.
Yeah. Two butts.
Yeah. But yeah, so Keijo is a show about girls who fight with their boobs and their ass in the middle of a pool on a floating disc. And the reason it's so popular is because the premise is taken seriously.
I think this has been done before. It's on this website called Brazzers.
Oh, God.
Like, I've seen this before.
I'm sure this isn't the first time that Japan has visited a butt and boob fight show.
It's not. But the reason it's so popular with people is because it's actually done kind of good. And the animation is surprisingly, dare I say, epic. Which is what's kind of strange about it.
A dragon just came from that woman's butt.
It's actually an evil spirit named Cerebus, but we'll get past that. But, like, the action scenes are pretty fucking solid, considering what they're doing.
Considering they're just,
Like, her attack right there.
Like, what are you seeing?
That's called the vacuum butt cannon. And that's one of the... Oh, and this is Ben's favorite part of the intro right here. Okay.
Wow, of course.
Oh, my God. I am not into this. Even as a dude, like, this just isn't my show. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not. Okay. Oh, everyone in the audience is guys.
I know, it's so fucked up. But that's Keijo, which is without a doubt one of the most popular anime of the season. People fucking loved this show. I wonder why.
I had no idea.
To me, this is like everything that's wrong with anime, but the problem is with everything that's wrong with anime means
That's
that
why
a
it's
lot
so
of people
popular.
like it.
Yeah.
So
So show them a fight scene.
let's see this one, the meteor hips.
Oh boy.
Yes, please.
Oh man,
The squatty potty.
no.
Oh boy.
That's what I'm going to call it.
What the fuck is happening in this? So,
But they're only allowed to use their asses and their tits. That's it. They can't use anything else. And some of them have special attacks. And
It looks like someone moved spamming Wario on Smash Brothers.
a little bit, yeah.
oh, spinning rabbit hip. That's gross.
I can't even take the show serious when I look at it. It's crazy.
How is this anything? I don't know.
I'm trying to draw like entertainment from this, and I'm having a hard time doing
I
it.
keep getting caught up on the physics behind it all. Like, how is this even going to work? Like, if you, where's the live action to this show?
Oh my god. It's an inevitability, man. There's going to be a live
look,
action.
she's
Keijo,
using
I
a
bet.
multi-form clone technique, or mirror. How many different names are for this multi-thing technique in anime? How many names?
After image technique.
The after image
They call it in Dragon Ball.
What about Naruto?
In Naruto, God, I forgot that. What is it in One Piece where they do the kick step kind of thing, like the CP9 guys, or like kind of what Sanji does when he kicks the air and stuff.
I forgot what that was called.
I forgot the name of that one, but I mean,
this is just a thing we see all the time in anime. The
yeah,
multi-form.
it's just a stereotype.
It's
wham,
it's double
but-
team in Pokemon.
Yeah, yes, it is actually.
Fun fact.
But
A
this
big
is
swinging butt like yours is never going to hit me.
yeah. The dialogue.
But Flash.
The dialogue is hilarious. I mean, some of just the names of the attacks are great. And like I said, some of them have like special powers and shit.
Or evil spirits living in their cooter, I guess.
Yep.
Now, how is her ass a ranged attack? What? No.
Yes, it's a thing.
No.
I'm confused.
She just grabbed her with her boobs.
Yep. And then swung up and smacked her in the face with her ass. That's pretty normal. This is only like halfway through the series. You haven't even seen anything yet.
Man, I'm really glad I came over here with y'all today. My sense of reality has been shattered.
It's great though because I know you've seen a lot of different anime, but like I even knew this would you'd be like, okay, what the hell?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of fan service. Like what was it? High School of the Dead. There's a whole lot of fan service in there. Let's be real. But there's a purpose behind it. There's a little more to it than just fan service.
What's that line say?
This is
take my butt to the absolute limit.
Yep, I'm definitely. Wow, that's detailed on that particular area. Like I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to be like polite about it, but no, they really went detailed on drawing that wicked camel toe. That's I'm just gonna say it how it is. That's what they just did there.
I think we're done with this. Let's get away from this.
Keijo, it owns its fan service. So
it has nothing to hide. It's not.
Most of them have a plot with a little bit of fan service. This one has a little bit of fan service with some iota of a plot.
Just a little bit there.
It's like, what's the plot? Yeah, a bunch of teenage girls fight each other with the tits and the asses.
They go to school for it. They go to an academy. There is an academy for this shit in this show, in this universe. It's that big of a deal. And there are pro players. It's ridiculous. But people fucking love it.
It's the Ninja Academy, in Naruto.
Yeah, exactly.
The Butt Academy.
Except that almost all... Well, no, there are characters... It's an anime. There are characters with fucked up backstories, of course.
Would you say people love it, or guys that buy body pillows with girls' photos on them love it?
Yeah.
50-50.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I guarantee not all the dudes have body pillows.
The geeks, the creeps, and the normals. Everyone... I mean, everyone is into Keijo.
I have to say, when you say 50-50, you're really bad at statistics. So your 50-50 is like...
What's a statistic?
Right. Growing up, I'd ask Corey, like, how would you rate this? Like, how is it? Like, is it good? He's like, I was like, what are my chances of, like, that I would enjoy it? He's like, that's 50-50. You like it or you don't. I was like, no, that's just the options. That's not the statistics with it, Corey. The options, you like it or you don't. So everything is 50-50 to Corey.
Yep, pretty much. I try to go on the 1 to 5 scale. I honestly give Keijo a 3 out of 5. It's average as fuck, but for the premise, it's doing a fantastic job of what it has.
How many body pillows do you own?
0, actually.
Yeah, don't ever.
And I'm a pillow spooner, so I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
I was trying to find the anime fan pillow. It's like a fat guy with a fedora.
Yeah.
But I think that pretty much described. And then look at this story I just found.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, you see that pillow sucks, man. It's not even detailed.
Oh man, that is sad.
Otaku.
A guy married a body pillow.
It's a Japanese guy.
Yeah.
So he fell in love with his pillow, and I would not want to put a black light on that thing.
No.
Okay.
I think it was Star-Lord who said it would look like a fucking Jackson Pollock painting.
Oh my gosh. That is hilarious.
Oh my god.
Yes.
How about this one? Look at the technology. Look how far we've come.
How far we've come. They're all the fucking same.
Yes, anime pillow responds to your rubbing and moans and groans.
It's angry
if you get too grabby.
Dude, there are a lot of angry pillows in Japan.
That's about what the guy would look like.
That right there is your Keiko fan Base right there.
Oh my
I'm more
God.
creeped out by the fact that the pillow he chose looks like a fucking little, like,
Girl.
who's in fucking elementary school.
Yeah, that's the more creepy part.
Yeah.
It's about... from
Yeah,
a
but no,
series.
she's a vampire and she's actually like 1,000 years old.
Yeah. Whatever helps you sleep
Loophole.
at night.
Loophole, I'm allowed to be creepy here.
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
illegal. She's a vampire.
You want a Naruto? Or whoever you want that body pillow?
Good.
Hot Japanese dude. All right, the Evangelion one.
What sells it is the eye patch. There are
What
people
sells
out
it is
there-
that is a 14-year-old character.
Yeah, that is. Well, technically, in the movie that she's from, she's good to go. She's like 18. Actually, I think she's in her 20s.
Well, there you
What?
go, ladies.
Yeah,
and
there's a
gentlemen.
whole nother Evangelion movie that came out, and it's
A whole different
It still
series.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they probably brought that out so people could.
Yeah.
What was her name? Asuka or whatever.
Yes, Oscar Langley.
Asuka Langley. They changed her age for the fans.
Yeah, probably.
Let's just call it how we see it.
I should also it's worth mentioning that all of the characters in Keijo are 18.
Oh, that's good.
Just so that way you don't have to worry.
Oh well, now I'm gonna go.
Now it's all cool.
I
It
am gonna
makes
go.
it makes it a little less creepy.
I'm gonna go home and add it to my queue list.
Yeah.
to my cue.
Yep.
So 2016 was a son of a bitch, but Corey and I also ran across this trailer for 2016.
Yeah.
That made 2016 seem like a horror film. And these guys must have been on top of it because this thing came out like 2 days after Carrie Fisher died, and it has including her and a whole bunch of stuff.
And it's really well made.
Yeah, and I think what it's called is
Just 2016, the movie.
2016, the movie. Mm-hmm. And I thought they were repurposing.
Like older, like other footage, and just putting voiceover over it.
Yeah, I thought they were really like recutting some horror
No,
films, some found footage
they filmed
movies.
all of this perfectly in the span of like a day or two, and edited it.
Yeah,
So,
it just looks good. Someone that knows what they're doing made this. Sorry, Cody, I'm not giving you sound, but I don't want to like have it like leak
there's
into
a
the
couple
video.
lines that are pretty funny though.
No,
Things. Guys, they shot a gorilla.
they shot a
They
gorilla.
had to bring Harambe in.
I love the use of the sand. What do you call that thing?
There's no pattern.
There's no pattern.
I tried to call for help and my phone exploded. What's my phone?
The Samsung
Yeah.
phones.
It's gonna be okay. It's not like it can get any worse.
It's only locker room talk.
We lost Leia. This ends now.
Oh, it's so creepy.
Do you think this is over? We're just getting started.
2016.
Yes.
God, that is so well done.
It is well done.
Oh, I love it. I love it, man. Just,
I'd pay to see it.
yeah, they covered most of the bases too, which was funny. My favorite line is the exploding phone, though.
Yes.
My phone literally exploded in my, because it sounds so crazy, but that fucking happened to a lot of people. So that's fucked up.
But at the same time, I think like Samsung just got eaten up by bad press because that shit's happened with iPhones and everything, but no one talks about it. But the problem is with the Samsung Galaxy Note, like a lot of phones, it all happened at once, like as soon as they launched the phone.
It's a conspiracy. Apple made sure that it got extra publicity to make Samsung look bad.
Yeah, it makes sense. Why not just pay a fuck ton in publicity, buy a bunch of ads, whatever you got to do to just smear their fucking name? Because they're the only people that were probably close to Apple making phones, you know?
Yeah.
Because do you use an Android phone?
Of course.
Okay.
Samsung, baby. And it hasn't blown up. Not even once.
Do you like it?
I love it.
See, that's what I'm talking about. They must have had a huge market share, and then boom, one phone. By the way, not all their phones, just one phone. Their newest phone in the Galaxy line, in the Galaxy Note line.
Yeah, it was a note.
Yeah, which is just the big one. You know,
Yeah.
the 7-inch screen or whatever the fuck that is, a
The
10-inch.
gigantic. it's like carrying a tablet in your pocket.
Yeah, it's a small tablet. That one blew up. So it sort of sucks that Samsung got that, because I like Samsung shit. I buy a lot of their stuff.
Oh yeah.
Samsung makes tanks, though. Did you know that? They make everything.
They make tanks?
They make fridges, tanks, phones. They make a bunch of shit.
Damn.
I saw a video. I don't remember the exact video title, but it's like Samsung is bigger than you think or something like that. And it just had everything they do. I think they started producing.
Mind blown.
Yeah.
Like fucking Umbrella Corporation, man. They're making all types of crazy
Look,
shit.
man, if you're a publicly traded company, you're probably fucking giant. You're not just making nothing. You know, you're doing a lot of things.
Well, it's like what y'all talked about last week. Disney owns everything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So many fucking movies. I mean, Marvel and Star Wars alone would be fine with them, but their animated movies are so popular with people.
They own Pixar.
You know, yeah, Pixar. We always forget about Pixar. I mean, you know, Cars 3 can go eat a dick, but like, you know, anything else that's brand new, I'll love to see.
Cody, as a guy that has kids, do you have to watch things you don't like because your kids like them?
Fuck no.
Okay,
really?
good.
Yeah, I brainwashed my child. You know what he loves?
Tell me.
Pokemon,
Yeah.
Dragon Ball.
Okay.
He likes the stuff that I like.
Nice. That's awesome, man.
I
know
bought
that
him
you-
video games for Christmas. Guess what I got him? Video games that I'd want to play. He's excited about it. I'm excited about it.
What'd you get him?
Twilight Princess.
You got him a Zelda game.
I got him a Zelda game.
That's
Twilight
gonna be
Princess,
tough
the
for him,
HD.
man.
Well, I figure it'll also help him practice reading too, because they don't say shit except "Hey."
Well, there is going to be some dialogue for that game, but how old is he now?
6.
6. Okay, that's an advanced game for a 6-year-old.
He's an advanced 6-year-old. What
Yeah.
can I say? I've been
You
training
sound like
him.
you've had this conversation like a million times.
Yeah. I was telling someone today that he's the kind of 6-year-old that will just be like, I'm like, all right, I'll bite. What's wrong? I wish I could see the inside of my body. I was like, what? I want to know what I look like on the inside. Like, you want to know what your insides look like? Yeah. And I'm like, man, this kid's going to be a doctor or like a murderer. I don't know. One of the two. I'm leaning towards doctor.
I know you've been playing through the new Pokemon Sun and Moon game. Did you get him anything Pokemon like game related?
He's got so much Pokemon clothes. I didn't get him the Pokemon game only because that's just competition.
Yeah,
and I can't have him competing against.
That's what
me
I'm
for
waiting.
the
I'm
title.
waiting for you guys to both have the game so that you can battle against each other and
That
trade
would
with
be
each other.
pretty gangster.
But that's
for
pretty
sure.
awesome, though. I mean, can you imagine like back in the day when we were playing those games and you're like, I'm gonna have a son who's gonna be playing Pokemon with me?
Oh no, he pulls out my old Game Boy Color and plays Pokemon Yellow.
Nice. That is awesome.
He's just like, Pikachu's following me. And I'm like, yeah, he's creepy like that.
He's been doing it for 20 years.
That's it. Yeah, he won't leave me the fuck alone. I've never fed him either, ever. Pikachu, not my child. He gets fed at least once a day.
That's all that needs to happen.
Yeah, I mean, he knows how to use a newspaper, and he's pretty
Oh, look at this,
self-sufficient.
guys.
Oh, dude!
Oh, isn't that fucked up? Oh, it's fake.
Jesus Christ.
That was so good.
That looked brutal, man.
I know.
All right, just to give you guys a visual because you're just hearing us freak out. There's this guy, this makeup artist, and it looks like his wrists are just completely cut, and you can see the bone and everything, and it looks really fucking painful, but it's actually just a makeup artist, and he starts scraping it all off, and man, that comes off easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would never last. It's just supposed to be camera ready. Like you can't
That looks
walk around with
fucking
that
gnarly,
on.
man.
Isn't that cool?
That looks terrible.
Jeez, a little warning before that shit, man.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to find some cool stuff.
Okay, so
Okay.
we
Yeah.
can't stare at pictures because
we
that
can't.
has no audio to it.
No, yeah, people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, but let's get back to another big preview that happened in the last week, and Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Oh, before I
just-
forget, we're talking about 2016 and people passing away, and you mentioned Marvel, and I remembered something I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
I thought about it listening to your last episode, but fun fact about Stan Lee. So he does a cameo in every film, and I was chatting with a buddy of mine who loves Stan Lee. Like his bucket list was to meet Stan Lee, and he's met Stan Lee and got his autograph, and like he could die, and he's just happy about that. So I asked him, how's he going to feel when Stan Lee stops making his appearances in cameos in his movies. He goes, oh, no, they already have their movies planned out for like the next 10 years. And he's already shot all his cameo scenes.
Are you
So
serious?
Stanley has shot all his cameo scenes for like the next umpteen years.
So
apparently.
even if he passes away,
he's still going to make his cameo.
we are still going to
appearances.
see those.
Which
Stanley.
is definitely gonna. I don't mean to be dark, but it's gonna happen semi-soon. Within the next 10 years.
Fuck you, 2017.
I don't know, man.
He's 94.
He
or
could get into
92.
the hundreds, man. You never know.
I mean, modern medicine, blah blah blah. But like, you can't be out and about making
I
movies.
mean, and he is still just making his rounds, man. He's being in these movies and going to conventions all the time. I mean, he's a hardcore fucking showman.
He is. It's amazing that he does all that still. Mm-hmm. It's we saw him when he was at the ripe age of 88.
Yeah.
He's like the professor from Futurama, basically. Like he's halfway through his life cycle right now.
That is hilarious.
Ugh, that steamed carrot was a bit spicy for me.
So no, I thought that'd be a fun fact that y'all would be really interested in.
No, that's crazy. I didn't realize they were doing anything like that. I'm just
Yoko.
I do like that one.
That's a body pillow that I'd snuggle up against.
With Prime, you can have that for
$36.
$30 plus $10 of shipping. That is why does that cost that much to ship? It's a fucking pillow.
It's a big box.
Big box.
Big box.
That's weird. Yeah. Body pillows are not my thing.
At least maybe the ones with stuff printed on them.
Cody, I wanted to ask you about this, but I'll talk to you later about it.
Okay.
It's about a neck stretching device.
Neck stretching. Yes, I see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll answer those questions later.
Yeah.
That's so random.
So very.
Anywho, last thing I want to end on is this brand new trailer that just came out for Attack on Titan Season 2. And it's a long time coming. It has been about 3 years since the release of Attack on Titan, which, when that series aired, I think the anime world stopped for a second. They're like, whoa, this is the next big thing. This is the next big Evangelion. People were obsessed with it. Toonami got it. People were cosplaying as the Survey Corps at all of the big conventions. Everybody was into that show. People are still loving it. The manga apparently is still going. Christian, I know you read that one.
Yeah, on occasion. It's very good.
And I avoid the manga because whenever I have an opportunity to watch an adaptation of a manga, I'd rather watch the anime version just because I like animation and I like the voices and everything. And so waiting for this season has been excruciating. And the trailer they just released for it is just tits, man. It's just perfect. It's got what I love most about Attack on Titan in it, which is the incredibly iconic imagery. There are some scenes in the original Attack on Titan that when you see them, you never forget them. Like the first episode where Aaron's mom gets eaten.
Yes.
The image of the giant Titan reaching over the wall. The scene where Aaron takes the giant rock and smashes it into the wall. The fight scenes with Annie. There's so much imagery that's always going to be famous. And the second season trailer had a lot of stuff like that in it, like the scene with Aaron jumping up in midair as the Titan is forming around his body and getting ready to fight against the armored Titan, or even that brand new Beast Titan, which is some sort of giant fucking Sasquatch. Not like Harry and the Henderson style, more kind of like a shaved Wookiee. But I don't know what the deal is with that shit. I didn't realize there would be...
The Beast Titan?
Yeah, I didn't realize...
So the guy that made the homunculi and Full Metal Alchemist.
Where the fuck is this going?
That's just his third try.
Okay, all right, we're connecting the universes now.
Connect the universes.
Honestly, Full Metal kind of has it's got a design that seems like it would fit in Attack on Titan, kind of.
Yeah,
kind of like that European inspired setting.
Yeah, it absolutely could be actually, it absolutely probably isn't the same universes, but it could work.
Yeah, I mean, they could do a crazy crossover with that. Which, did you know they're making a Full Metal live action movie?
Yes, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the trailer for that one?
I have seen the trailer. I think so.
It looks like the best Full Metal cosplay I've ever seen. That's all it looks like to me.
Yes, I have seen the trailer.
Yeah.
It was sent to me on the face space, and it was I peed my pants a little.
I don't know. I mean, I just don't know how I feel about it. I have to see
if
it
the Japanese are making it, it's going to be good.
No.
Well, let's get
it's
back
going
to
to be better. It's
well,
going
then
to be
let's
better.
get back to Attack on Titan because I think we're all pretty big fans. We've all seen the first season of the show, but you're the only one who's actually seen the movie.
Well, yeah, because I'm a player.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
What did you actually think of the movie, and how does it compare to, say, the anime version?
So, I was wondering about it because I kept thinking the biggest thing with Attack on Titan, what made me fall in love with it, is every episode has that level of detail with the animation that it's all the other animes only use that periodically for big, that big fight scene between Naruto and Sasuke. Was it the Valley of the End or whatever?
Yeah.
And then suddenly, like,
we're showing you, by the way, after this is done, we're showing you their final fight.
right.
Yeah.
So the amount of detail they put into that was amazing. Well, that's every episode. I mean, that's every episode of Attack on Titan, and that's what I really loved about it. So I want to know how they're going to take that level of detail and the acrobatics and the movement of that show and put it into live action. And they didn't. So that was kind of a letdown, but they did all right with it with what they had. But I mean, it was just the way they put it all together, and yeah, we got scenes of it right there. Was actually pretty well done. They kind of made it nostalgic almost, and using kind of the similar animation that they would use for like their original like Gundam movies, those mech fighting films, or Godzilla, where it's just a bunch of people in funny suits.
It's the Megazord fighting against monsters.
Yes, that's all it is.
It's a kaiju movie.
But they did such a good job of, like, they didn't try and CGI anything. They just kind of put it all together with the best they got, and that's what saved it. Is that it, they admitted the fact they didn't try and make it the anime. In the sense of make it as detailed and the acrobatics of, the zero gravity systems. But they kept pretty well to the storyline. Like, it didn't go too far off in left field. They cut out a bunch of details, but they gave you just the rough draft of, here's what's going on. So you're able to follow along with it, and it answered some questions, and it was very well done and entertaining. So it was, if anything, like, I will put it leaps and bounds above the live-action Dragon Ball movie.
Anything,
yes,
is better than that piece of shit, though. I mean, just oh my god, that movie fails on every level. But I mean, I agree. Like, I commend them for trying to do non-CG work, because I mean, it's just almost every movie uses it nowadays, and I like that they're kind of honoring like the old kaiju movies and everything. But I mean, stylistically speaking, I just think the anime just dwarfs it in almost every way. But I mean, anime in general is stylistic, so. It's just hard to replicate that on film. I mean, it's definitely got the damn gore down. I've never really seen this scene, but everybody's just getting the fuck smacked out of them.
It doesn't seem like they're having a good time.
No, they're not. And see, the way they did the zero gravity systems is they seem to use the same kind of special effects they did for the old kung fu movies, where they'd be flying
like wire
around.
fu?
Like Wu-Tang.
Yeah, flying around in the air on wires. It's just now they don't have to worry about hiding the wires, because that's the whole point of the system.
Yeah, they have an excuse now.
Right.
One of the biggest complaints I heard from people too, is, aside from just some of the special effects, is they didn't think the characters were done right. Like, and who knows what that's like? I mean, what did you think of like the main characters like Eren and Mikasa?
Oh, there is no depth to it. Like, they give you the initial like idea that hey, they knew each other and they had the hots for each other, and now tough titty, she's banging the captain.
Wait,
Sorry.
what?
In this one, in the live action, she's banging.
Mikasa is.
Yeah.
Weird. That's very strange. I just don't. I mean, because in the anime version, she's fucking obsessed with Eren, like to a point where it's almost kind of scary and kind of creepy. But one of the other big changes, and this is something that's just, you can call it controversy if you want, but it's just the way things are. In the Attack on Titan series, a lot of the characters are straight up like they mention like they're of European descent, and then there's like Mikasa, who is like they call her the last Oriental in the series. Like, that's literally what they call her. She's the last person of her race, and in the movies, obviously everyone's Japanese.
Yeah,
it's just completely. It's kind of like also in the new Full Metal, like that's also kind of influenced by European culture, but that is basically a Japanese dude with a blonde wig who's Edward Elric.
Yeah, it is,
and it is kind of distracting. And we're having issues with that too. I'm sure you've heard about the Ghost in the Shell movie that's coming out,
right?
And you've seen ScarJo, which it still looks cool. And yes, I would have liked a Japanese actress and everything, but I mean, I don't know. I just think it's just more representative of where the movie is made, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, well, my opinion on that one is, Scarlett Johansson, I'd suck a fart out of her butthole so she can do whatever she wants to, and I'm going to watch it.
It's just interesting because ScarJo did Lucy, and that sucked, and then she did, the Marvel Universe as Black Widow, and that was good. So I think this is just up in the air.
Black Widow in the Avengers movies was good.
Yes.
But would you watch a Black Widow only Marvel movie?
No, I just feel like that character's flushed out enough for me. I don't need that.
I think if they made a Black Widow movie, they'd have to include cameos from other Marvel movies to give it some more weight, to be perfectly honest.
And you couldn't do it without.
It'd be like, Black Widow with Thor, Black Widow, the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah,
You know.
like that would have to be. It would have to, but that's what they're going to do with Thor.
So
you know,
and
they're giving.
and
Thor,
that's what would just think about it this way. That's what would bring people to if she had her own, Black Widow movie. They would do cameos, and because there's already a fan base, people would go see it. What the fuck was Lucy? That was something that somebody came up with. There's no fan base there. People don't really often go see a movie where it's a badass female doing the fighting. They want to see Dolph Lundgren fuck shit up.
Okay.
Dolph Lundgren.
I will say, there
when-
was no fan base. That is a big factor.
The trick, the variable you're not thinking about with Ghost in the Shell is there's a fan base, a very large fan base there.
Yeah.
Of people that might see it just to compare. I mean, how many people saw? I mean, think about the number of people that are fans of Dragon Ball and have seen the Dragon Ball movie. None of them liked it.
Yeah.
I've never met anyone who's like, that was a pretty badass movie. Nobody.
Even the creator of the series has disowned it.
Yeah.
Really?
He was just like, my bad.
Yeah, basically, because at first he was really optimistic about it because he probably had a PR team that's like, you got to promote this movie, we got to make a lot of money with this, and then years later it's like, yeah, in retrospect it kind of sucked major Dragon Balls, so yeah, maybe next time, but I doubt it's gonna happen.
I saw a piece speaking about people hating things. I saw a really good piece about the guy who played Jar Jar Binks, done by Vice. I think it was by Vice. Mm-hmm. How do you spell Jar Jar?
Jar.
Jar Jar Binks. Okay, Jar Jar Binks, actor.
They should have put a Gungan in Rogue One.
Yeah, there it is. It's on Nerdist. This video that's the guy.
Mm-hmm. Ahmad Best, I believe, is his name.
Yeah, the infamous Jar Jar Binks.
Mm-hmm.
Binks taken.
Yeah.
And
This was to be his role to always be remembered for.
yeah.
It was going to be because when you're a popular character in Star Wars, the fans will never forget you. And
Never.
You'll be able to just travel the damn Comic-Con circuit for the rest of your life and make money just hanging out with the fans. And then, I mean, unless you don't want to be Gary Coleman, but I mean,
So, but it talks about him talking about like everything that happened, and it's a good interview.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Episode 3, The Infamous Jar Jar Binks, if you want to look it up on YouTube. And there was he's talking about how he was on the cover of Rolling Stone and everything, and like that's kind of cool. At one point, it was going to be epic.
it's like, that's kind of cool, but then we look at, like, there's nothing cool about Jar Jar on the cover of Rolling Stone.
Corey, take this picture. You recognize the scene, correct?
Yes, from Rogue One.
All right, pull the tablet closer to you and zoom in by using your fingers, zoom in like you would on your cell phone. Yeah, pinch and open.
Pinch to
zoom
zoom.
in and look just to the left of what's her face's Jen's face.
Yeah.
And what do you see in the shadows in the background?
Get the fuck out of here. There is a Gungan back there.
Yes.
How did you find that? Was that really in the movie, or did someone Photoshop that in? If that's really in the movie, I'm finding that scene right now. I
Yeah,
have
find
to,
the scene and
That's-
find out, because
Oh my gosh,
I
that's
saw that before I saw the movie, and I was like, oh, I wonder. And then I forgot about it when I was watching the movie.
this is crazy. This is nuts. Oh my gosh.
So I thought about that because y'all said in last episode y'all were waiting for a Gungan or for Jar Jar to pop up somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
Let's see.
Kristen, did you want to see the photo?
Yes.
It's really in there. I think it is like just a straight Easter egg, like the creators of the movie.
Where am I
like,
supposed to
they're
look?
Like, fuck
To
it.
the
we're
left
gonna-
of her head. It's already zoomed in as far as it's going to
he's
go.
like in the shadows, basically. But it's there.
Oh my God, there is one.
Yeah, see?
Fucking Jar Jar.
So, fun fact.
It's hard to find the exact scene, but I'm gonna look this up a little bit more because this is like hilarious. that
Your
they would do
mind is
something.
blown.
Yeah, it's insane that they
Now
would do
that Jar Jar's there, that movie sucks.
It might not be Jar Jar, but there is a chance it is. So let's see here. Here's that picture again. I can see it not as clear as day on this one. Oh my gosh. It's barely there.
Yeah.
It's just they hid him in the background that much. Wow. Fuck them for putting that Gungan in. Can't they just wipe out that freaking invasive species? Oh my god. Rogue One is still a 7 out of 10. But fuck that. Let's get back to Attack on Titan for a second.
Yes.
All right, so the second season of the show, probably aside from that Eren punch scene at the end, I loved the shot of the Beast Titan who was throwing the horse.
Yes.
Just across this giant field, and it's about to smack into someone. I mean that's gotta suck. You gotta be just walking down the street, and then a goddamn farm animal just slams into you. I mean, that's gotta freak you out a little bit. Christian, is that all stuff that you've actually seen in the manga?
I've seen some of it in the manga, but I also I like just watching the anime as well.
But I mean, it was that scene where the Beast Titan's throwing a horse and shit, and all that shit.
All that's there.
All that
the
stuff
Beast
is there.
Titan has so much cool stuff in the manga, and is probably my favorite Titan. To be honest, though, I'm not current on the story of Attack on Titan, because what I do when I don't want to get super spoiled, I just sort of brush through it and watch some of the action in the manga. But I sort of let the anime tell the story when it gets there. So I don't know all the details and all the revelations about the Attack on Titans. And if I really want to spoil something, I just go read the Wikipedia. That's kind of the way if I really want to go deep and just get up
a lot
to date.
less effort to do it for you.
And just go deep in the Wikipedia and learn it all that way.
But the trailer was cool too. A lot of the main cast looks like they're going to be returning, and even a few new faces that I've never seen before. Which, will they get eaten? Will they not get eaten? We'll have to see. There's also Titans attacking other Titans. Which there's this shot of that one small one, that's bouncing around. Which
that's a cool character.
It's either some sort of weird, freaky rogue Titan, or it's someone like Eren who can transform into one. So again, that's also one of the coolest things about Attack on Titan. It's kind of trying to figure out.
The trailer
who's a
itself
Titan.
said, there's some of the Titans have been protecting them the whole time. Mm-hmm. So it would insinuate that there are bad Titans and good Titans.
Either that, or they're somehow being, philosophical in the way they refer to the people who can transform into them, because they don't see them fully as humans, but as just weird monsters and shit. But I'm so excited for this one, man. I really hope they're gonna do a great job of adapting the manga. And I'm curious to see how far they're going to get. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be able to tell the entire story, so there's probably going to be a third season, maybe even a fourth one, depending on how far they are. But a lot of people who saw the trailer said it looked really spoilery. So, but I mean, I can't tell. To me, it just all looks fucking awesome. I kind of wish they didn't show the Beast Titan, though, because that's a really, we've never seen anything like that in the show. And it looks a little different than some of the... It looks more intelligent, so... That'll be interesting to see what that whole thing's going to be about. But I'm fucking pumped. That's just one of the few awesome shows which are going to be starting this April. I think this is going to be the strongest year for anime we've had in such a long time. And 90% of what's coming out that I'm looking forward to is sequels, but still, I mean, it's great. Awesome stuff.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah.
As long as the sequel's good.
Well, I think this new season's going to be great. As far as I don't know. I'm surprised you... So, is your final verdict you liked the live-action Attack on Titan, and you would recommend someone go watch it? Or would you say...
I'd watch it. I mean, because my worry with Season 2 was the live-action went past what Season 1 told us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It goes so far as to answer the question of, what is or who is, hint, hint, the Colossus Titan.
Oh, they actually reveal who it is.
Right.
Oh, shit.
So... I was worried that it would give too much away, but thus far, based upon what I saw in the trailer for Season 2, it's a whole different direction than what the in the movie. Again, I haven't read the manga, so I don't know the storyline. But if it's anything like the manga, I would shy away from watching the movie, simply because it gets into the history of where the Titans came from. There's other Titans that there are other people that can turn into Titans, and it tells you who they are, and the Armored Titan, it tells you who the Armored Titan is. It really goes into detail.
I'm glad I haven't seen the movies then, because I honestly don't want to be spoiled about who those characters really are.
Right, but at the same time, if that genre is your thing, if you like those old school kung fu movies and the Godzilla monster movies where they use just the rubbery suits as the monsters and they just straight fight each other,
like Power Ranger fights too.
Right. If you like those Power Ranger fight movies with a lot of funny scenes in between, as well as some really dark carnage,
Yeah, the gore is on
guaranteed
point.
Watch it.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is representative of the show. It makes me also I really wanted to see that new Godzilla movie that just came out, the Japanese one, Shin Godzilla. They released it in theaters like 2 months ago, and I regret never making time to go see it. But I'm anxious to see that one when it comes out, because some of the imagery in that movie looks fucking awesome. It's from the creator of Evangelion, so it kind of has that feel.
I was going to say, with the Attack on Titan, it was actually... People worry, that's so much to put into one movie. It's actually two-part. It's 2 movies. It's part 1 and 2.
So like the first movie is like the whole first anime season, basically.
Just about.
Like, did they show like Annie as the Titan and like Eren fighting her and everything? And
yes.
Okay, she gets like trapped in the crystal, because that's the last thing I remember from Attack on Titan, because that was the season finale. So
let's see. It was because
Trapped
the
in the
blonde
crystal.
girl that turned into the Titan didn't exist in the movie, because I guess they didn't have any blonde Asian girls
okay, well,
of European descent.
yeah.
So they're just like, that one doesn't exist. We'll just go straight to the Armored Titan and talk about who that is. So that's where they went with that, and the whole philosophy behind why that person does what they do. It's a whole lot of, what are we watching right now?
Chris, he's watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, which is a fucking awesome show. I really recommend it. It was probably my favorite show from 2016. There's no other anime like this. I mean, the powers they have and the things that they do, it's just in-freaking-sane. It's also the most androgynous anime that I think I've ever seen, and still somehow the manliest fucking thing.
You've said that word a lot today.
I know.
He loves the word androgynous.
Androgynous.
Have I really said that today?
At least 3 times.
Wow, I don't know how that's possible.
Are you reading the dictionary?
I don't know.
I like to break a mental sweat as well.
At Globo Gym, we're better than you.
And we know it. So yes, Attack on Titan, the live action movie, for sure, go watch it. It's not going to win any awards. It's not going to blow your mind too much with its special effects at all, really. But it'll make you jump. It'll surprise you. There's some really... They did really good with what they had to work with. I'll give it that.
No, it is good. It looks like Power Rangers with blood.
Yeah. Lots and lots of blood.
Ironically, we're about to get a brand new Power Rangers movie, too.
We'll see how that goes.
I don't know if I can take that one seriously, though. But I kind of want to see it, too, all at the same time. I don't know. Nostalgia's calling out for me on that one.
And that's up to you, Corey. I'm not paying for that.
The Power
one.
Rangers movie? Yes. I'm I'm going to see it. I don't care. When I saw that theater, I was hopping around clapping like a schoolboy. Just like, I don't even care. They made it so dark.
So brooding.
What is this? Is this a dark version of The Breakfast Club?
Basically, yeah, that's exactly what it is. They used to be like the most squeaky clean, straight-laced teenagers in the old show, and they turned them into these like social outcasts. And they try to make it so dark and everything. The new Zord looks like shit, though. I'll just say that. It just looks like every generic Michael Bay Transformer thing. Which is the only thing. And so many other things. And now you're watching scenes from the original. You're watching the most random shit from JoJo.
Dude, but JoJo is so good, man. This whole series was great. This is my favorite.
This one?
No, not this fight. Just
okay.
just this series.
Just to point out, Christian isn't actually watching this stuff.
Yeah.
He pulls up clips and then quickly clicks through them.
Yeah, to get to the good parts. That's what you do. Boom, 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 boom.
That's what the series is really famous for, is just really punching the shit out of people like over and over and over.
Now, I did take your advice and go watch all of season 1 of One Punch Man.
Yes. Hell.
So good.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
yeah. I think that might be the most universally liked anime of all time. I mean, everybody fucking loves One.
I see what you mean now when I was like, no way he could be Goku. And you're like, nah. You got to see it. It's hard to explain. He's just really powerful. And no one really knows why.
Exactly. I mean, he claims it's his training regimen, but I call bullshit on that one. My theory is it's going to be a joke. Like it's going to be like a Spider-Man kind of origin. Like he got zapped by something and it made him super powerful. He's like, oh, whatever. But I mean, they haven't even revealed that in the manga, have they, Christian?
No. They're nowhere near that.
Still complete mystery on that one. Second season is going to be coming out next year as well, so that's going to be really, really awesome. But yeah, One Punch Man, that show, even after it's done airing, that show's been still really popular. And the dub is not half bad either. Kind of like Space Dandy, since the show has a good sense of humor, it kind of works to its benefit in some senses.
Yeah, I watched the dub because I didn't feel like, reading.
No, that was you could experience all that just amazing animation. Which,
oh, for sure.
The first episode alone, like, it's got like 5 huge action sequences in it that are all fucking nuts. And I mean, just the rest of the series, I think it kind of speaks for itself. So I'm very, very pumped for that one.
There have been hints that in season 2, we get to meet a villain that he cannot destroy with one punch.
In the second season.
In the second season, they're gonna introduce a villain that's, almost as strong or as stronger, more or stronger than he is. As it's, to give a new what's a twist?
Either that, they just have to, or they're just gonna have to keep coming up with excuses for not keeping Saitama around like the danger at all times.
Yeah, like giving the characters a chance to actually grow because Saitama's not around just to like destroy everything. It does seem like the show's pretty good actually at lining up characters like heroes with villains that are about their power. To give them a challenge. And that's also why there were just a ton of bad guys in One Punch Man.
But that's what I like about it too, because when I first started, I was like, this is amazing, but how far can this premise go with this guy who just cannot get beaten? And then they introduce all these side characters, and their episodes dedicated to them. And sometimes their fights are just as exciting because, they're not as powerful and they have to struggle a little bit more. Like when the Sea King came in and just started just destroying everyone, like Genos' fight with him was just fucking awesome. It was so on point and so different from a Saitama fight, which always sort of ends the same way. But it's always really flashy and fun, though, And there's usually a funny premise around him, like killing the villain, like forgetting that he didn't get to go to the grocery store for the big sale. Just like...
I love the names of his moves. Like sequential punches.
Just normal sequential punch, boom.
Yeah.
And even at the end, he barely tries. I mean, it just... Well, what did he call that? The big final punch?
He called it a serious punch.
Just a serious punch. So he actually put a little bit of effort into that one. Just a tad. But yeah, it is hard to say. I mean, I don't think Saitama could beat Goku. I don't know how Saitama would do against Superman, though. I think that would be interesting.
Fuck Superman.
Because even the general consensus still is that Superman could beat Goku. So
also, they're kind of like the same character. Like they both
Saitama and Superman.
Yeah, they become as strong as they need to be to
basically. Yeah, when the plot calls for it, Superman just destroys absolutely everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, you guys, this wraps up episode 71 of the powerful Nerdcast.
And the last episode of 2016.
That is right. Thank you.
Unless we do one tomorrow.
Yeah. Fuck up this whole premise. But there it is, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening to the show. How was your 2016? Do you guys have any memories or things that you didn't really care for? Or maybe some favorite moments from the year? Make sure to tell us in the comment section on YouTube. I also want to go ahead and thank Rogue Intel. They are the guys who make this show possible. I love them. Their other shows are really kick-ass, so make sure to check them out at rogueintel.com. And one of the coolest ways to help support our channel is by using our Amazon link. So just head over to rogueintel.com/Amazon for all of your shopping needs. If you got something at Christmas you didn't care for from Amazon, you want to return it, make sure to do that because all of your portions will go towards the channel. They'll help support the network and all of these amazing shows. So make sure to check those out. And remember, you can always download our show for free at iTunes and at rogueintel.com. Thank you guys for listening. Cody, thanks for being on the show today, man.
Thanks for having me.
It was always really great to have you on. Christian, do you have anything else you want to leave us with?
Thank you, everyone, for listening. And until next time, Powerful Nerdcast is out.
Bye.